No. Oh, now we are. And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, we are at episode 6 of my Monday meetup. And I have 3 lovely ladies here again today. We have Chantel, Rachel, and Sarah. And we have a bit of a different topic with you today. Usually I bring people on and sort of share why they're doing the business and how their journey has been so far. Today, we're going to go a little bit of a different angle, and we're going to share sort of a tool that a lot of people use to help them with their business and in life in general. So what we're going to talk about today is reading their way to success. So we each are going to, the 3 ladies are going to present a book to you that has had an impact on their life and their business and sort of share how and why. So just a quick little mini book review, I guess you could say. So thanks for bringing your books to me. My input is going to be non-existent. I would love to be the reader of all these books, and I think having these ladies on is helping to inspire me, or that's at least the plan, because I know the importance they can have on your business. I've seen it firsthand. I've heard about it plenty. I just need to prioritize it in my own life. And so with their help, hopefully I can have a few new topics. I would also love for anyone watching this live or on a replay, if you could please pop down any books that you've had yourself, that you've read, that's had a big impact on life or business. That'd be great. I would love to have a few up my sleeve to read at some point. The only one I kind of started to get through that I know will have and already had a little impact on my business is The Magic. And it's something we're all kind of encouraged to read, I could say, by the community, because they've seen firsthand the impact that it's had on people appreciating and being grateful for things. So I am going to work further through that. I have it in my mitts at home, so that's my first one, but I'm willing to go through a bit more of a list in time. So especially once the kids are a bit older and I feel like I've got a little bit more spare time. Anyway, I'm going to hand it across to the ladies. We're going to start with Chantel today. So Chantel, if you'd like to introduce just the book and the impact it's had, I'd love to hear.
No worries. I've chosen the book Hero by Rhonda Byrne. It's part of the Secret series. I'm not sure if you may have heard of it or not. The Magic is also one of the books part of that series as well. So it's a bit of a story of, shows everyone's got a purpose and a journey in life. It doesn't really matter where you started. If you want to be somewhere, you follow your own journey and you get there, basically your own hero, so to speak. The book itself, it follows 12 successful people, where they started and their journeys, and a lot of them, they started from very humble beginnings. So you don't have to come from money to be successful, basically. What I really liked about how the book is written, it's not your typical non-fiction book. I mean, it's still got chapters, but it's very short paragraphs, and it just gives you little snippets of the people's lives and their journeys. It gives you a little snippet and kind of just makes you want to keep reading more and go, oh, hang on, they had a bit of a speed bump there. Like, how did they get through that? And it kind of inspires you, because obviously business is not always smooth sailing. So even successful people, they've had a lot of trouble at some stage. It's not all smooth sailing. So I really resonated with the book, because everyone started from humble beginnings and they had big dreams. And for me, I've always had big dreams for myself, not necessarily to be a millionaire or something, but just to be a successful business owner, have everything I need, not have to rely on someone else, provide my own food, house, clothes, and a car and everything. And I basically just knew I did not want to work for someone else forever. So since reading this book, I've definitely had a more positive outlook on life and business as well. The book, it's got quite a few quotes in it. I like my inspirational quotes. I'm not sure if you can see behind me. My whole wall is just filled with inspirational quotes in my office. I've got lots of them. I've just got some notes here as well, just so I actually remember the quotes. But a couple that have really stuck with me is follow your bliss. So, there's another saying, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And I think that's really true. I love my digital business. I also have a product-based business that I started from scratch as well. And it's more of a hobby business, but they're both growing together. And, I don't feel like I'm working. I love what I do. Absolutely love it. As I'm sure these ladies love their businesses as well. I've worked really hard to grow my business, and now I'm starting to see some growth, and it's quite exciting. It's not always easy, as I said. Another quote from the book: even when your whole life seems to have burned from the ground, from the ashes come new life. And basically, I get from that, great things are always around the corner, and you just have to really be grateful for what you've got. And as long as you're grateful for things, good things will come to you as well. So the last quote, which really stuck with me as well, is, if you give up on your dreams, what's left? If you don't have dreams, what are you going to do? So, that's a big part that I took from that book. So I definitely got big dreams. So yeah, I absolutely love this book, and I highly recommend giving it a read. Whether it's in just for life or if you're a business person, there's some really inspirational stories in this book. Some of the challenges people have faced, where they've come from, and how they've grown into global businesses. It's pretty inspiring to read. So I'll just finish with dream big and take chances. It might just be a book, but this book is really impacted me and really makes me want to grow. I've definitely learned.
Oh, I love it. I think I'll have to add it to the list. And I want to say one thing. I miss my thick Aussie accent so badly. I just had to say that as soon as you started talking, I just want mine back. For anyone watching that doesn't know, I am Australian. I live in Canada, and I worked for a couple of years with some English, and together I have a jumbled mess of an accent, but I do miss my strong Aussie accent. I do love that book, how it's got little snippets too. That's a great way of reading through and not just focusing on little stories instead of having, a whole novel. So that's my kind of book. That could be a good starting point for me.
It's much easier to read than a typical long book.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. And I do love how she writes. As you said, she wrote The Magic, and I did start it. So I already know how she writes, and I do like it. So I did also watch, I don't know whether I get sidetracked easily. If anyone's caught it, if anyone has Amazon Prime, I finally watched The Secret movie on there. Really good. So I give that some props. Oh, is it now? Excellent. I did not know that. I found it on Prime. I thought I'd hit the jackpot. Alrighty. So let's go to Sarah next, if that's okay, and let's see what book you've got for us today. It's like show and tell.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Chantel, for this. Yeah, definitely, I will add this book also to my list. And tonight, I want to share, just very quickly, a little bit about this book. It's a very old book, actually. It's dated the 1900 by James Allen, and he is the father of self-help books. So he's the founder of The Law of Attraction, The Secret, and The Magic. And it's what I like about this book, and personally, I like simple books. I don't like books that complicate my mind and make me feel like I want to, exhaust my energy when reading it. So it's a very simple, straightforward book, but very directly reaches the root of what of the topics. So basically, in a very simple way, this book, As a Man Thinketh, is about the everything is in the mind. So our thoughts set the course of our life. Okay, and he explains it's not an opinion, so there are a lot of explanation. I'm gonna try to be very short, and I don't want to. I want to keep you teased a little bit so you can go and read it, because when you read, you go into this real state of mind and you start channeling more information than what you have in the book. So, so basically, why I like to read books. Sometimes it gives us some parables or some images that stick in our mind all over our life. So we don't have to remember the sentences, but sometimes it creates a new pattern. I want to share with you this, and it's really nice. James Allen says that the mind is like a garden, and any thought is a seed. All right. So here comes our role. Is imagine you are having a garden, and you decide to plant, like any thought is a seed, and it's up to you to decide what to plant. If you see weeds in your garden, the first thing you do is like bad weeds covering a good plant or a fruit plant or any flower that you like, first thing instinctively you go and remove the weeds. So he speaks in a way that we always have to pay attention to our thoughts. Good thoughts, there's no way with good thoughts to get negative or bad results. So this is a very important point and lesson he talks about. And he also says that our thoughts are the seeds to our actions. And then our actions shape our circumstances. So he says, or he considers that the circumstances are shaped by us, and we're not shaped by the circumstances. I know some people who are listening to us tonight, they are not gonna like it because it's easier to blame the circumstances, guys. It's easier to say, oh, this is, this social problem, this is economical crisis, this is, the family issue. But when it comes to have ownership and say, it's like what the circumstances that I'm in, I have contributed or I'm responsible to it, then the whole game is gonna change. So, but also what very important, and I really resonated with this, is the character, your character. He always stresses that man's character shapes the circumstances. And it's funny that he says that we are always anxious to improve situations and improve circumstances, but we are never willing to improve ourselves. We are never willing. We want to change the circumstances with something huge, but we're not willing to change small attitude in us, inside of our mind, or remove or tune a new thought to a better wave so that suits us. So this is I don't know if you agree, ladies, with me, but for me, it was like kind of, oh yeah, it's really has to do with me. I have to work on my character, and then no matter what the circumstances outside, I can have the a say to shape it based on my attitude towards the circumstances. So this is I don't know, a point that I thought maybe it's good to share and to highlight. So anyone who wants to do a change, and I'm one of those people who always seek to go into really positive changes, to keep an eye on our character and to really watch how much we can change to enhance and shape the circumstances in a way that we create the life that we desire. And one of also the lessons that I really liked, and it's simple, but sometimes when it gets too simple, we don't pay attention to it, like it becomes so for granted. So he insists that our desires are the direct drive to create the world around us. And suppressing our desires, or not listening to our desires, or not able to detect our desires, is going to create a mess in our lives. So the desire also has a power. If you are able to define our desire, then we're going to be, this energy is going to lead us to attention. Attention is going to lead us to action. And action is going to lead us to create the right circumstances for us. So from the desire, once we sit and we define our desires, and desires here, I'm not talking about only materialistic belongings or money, can be family, can be a job, can be I don't know, parents, partner, anything like, that you desire, or freedom, lifestyle that we always want to have, but we are always scared to face it and say, this is my desire, because it's a big responsibility. When you say, I desire this, then automatically your attention is going to be going through this, towards this desire. So defining our desires are key in helping us to channel the right attention and to actions, and the actions lead to change the circumstances, and hence we live the life that to a certain extent we desire and we that serves us. And he insists, and this is also something that I like to always remind myself, my kids, my husband, every single person, even now, people who are interested in my business, guys, you should earn what you want, right? Nothing, even if you get the right thought, okay, and if you, so you have the right positive thoughts, you have clarified your desire, you know what you want. If you don't do and compromise from your comfort to take action, nothing is gonna happen. So this is also like this, you know, the law of attraction sometimes can be confusing to people that, oh, I have the vision, I'm wishing this a day and night, but when it comes to take an action, like taking a seed and planting it, nothing is gonna grow, nothing is gonna happen, no change is gonna be manifested. So he considers that the right thoughts get us to do the right actions, so we can justify and earn what we desire. We have to take action. Other than it's a part of the process, and this is a deal breaker in getting the tangible change in our life. Fourth lesson is about how much our thoughts affect our physical health. Our body is controlled by our mind, and not the opposite way. So he considered anxiety makes our body more susceptible to disease. And now, like this book is dated, 1903, I think, and he talked about how the stress chemicals can destroy our body and create, diseases in the body. Now, luckily, doctors now they talk about stress. They tell people to go take antidepressant or anxiety or stress. So he always say, if you want a healthy body, check your thoughts, clarify your thought, make sure you have in your garden nice, helpful, beautiful plants that are growing, so you have nice garden. If you feel you're getting old, you are getting into confusion, you're becoming gray, go check your thought. And here he this is a very nice action, guys. If you like to start, keep this word, start weeding your thoughts. And here we're not talking about the garden, about the mind. So whatever does not suit us, we have to de-weed it, take it out, and always keep an eye about any discomfort we feel or any negative wave that we go through, to go and check in the garden at our mind level what kind of thoughts there are there, and that we have to take them, weed them out from our mind. And last thing, without purpose we can't do anything. We don't the thoughts will be like spread as like the purpose is like the garden fence that gives us the territory to work, to be motivated to garden it, to make it better and better every day, and to reach the highest level of clarity and the best quality of thought. He always advised to reach a serenity level of serenity that can be done through meditation and like practices that calm the mind. And nothing beats 1 hour of meditation that can really make us have the clarity that we need, so we can define what thoughts are good for us and what kind of quality of life we want. Sorry if I made it that long, and I want to leave you with this beautiful quote: you will be what you will to be. And I have this quote on my desk here. And this is from this book. Yes, it's all in our mind. a strong believer in that, and I practice the weeding. I practice taking care of my mental garden on a daily basis, and I advise every single person to do so. And this is why I could do a lot of changes that sound scary for most of you guys. If you are you know about what kind of changes I've done through my life, you might be very scared, and I've been told many times, you are a crazy person, and that's fine. I'm alive, I'm happy, and all the crazy things were very helpful. And the best decision that I had that courage to do is starting my online business, saying bye to 9-to-5 job, to secure salaries, like all this kind of things. But it's all up to us, to our mind, to our actions, and the desires that we want. So that's it.
I love the analogy of that, of comparing it to a garden, because it is to some such a foreign thought. Like, I know before I started my business, I didn't know any of this sort of thing. I didn't even contemplate any of this. But since hearing about different books and like you guys know what we sort of discuss in behind the scenes sort of thing. So I love that analogy, and it kind of simplifies it to people that are new to the concept. So how is the book written? Is it in, I think you said there was 4 or 5 different sections. Is it broken up like that?
Yes, in chapters. It's not a big book. It's a small book.
Like
it has chapters, and the writer is an English man, so it's written in English. The language is in English, and it has these are the chapters I can show you.
Yeah, so kind of the topics you kind of
very as I said, the thoughts and character, effect of thoughts on circumstances, effect of thoughts on health and the body, thought and purpose. You have here the thought factor in achievement, visions and ideals, and serenity.
Awesome. And I like how they all kind of connect together. So he kind of discusses them individually and then connect. I love it.
And you can read it in one day. You don't have to. You can read it in one evening, one night when the kids are asleep.
That's my kind of book. And for it to have such an impact, that's a good pick for me. All right, let's go and finish up with Rachel. I've heard a lot about this book, and so I'm really excited to hear a bit of an extended version rather than snippet. So take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cherie. I loved Chantel's explanation of her book. I loved Sarah's. Those books sound awesome. I actually have As a Man Thinketh, and I did read it probably 10 years ago, but I think that it's really important sometimes to read a book a second time, even if it's, a few years later, because it's like watching a movie sometimes. I feel like I see things differently. I pick up on things that I didn't pick up on before. And this has been really impactful for me, like in the last 10 years, because I've changed as a person. So now I'm absorbing it differently, and I'm reading it like completely differently. It's almost like a new book. So I love those. Thank you for sharing, you guys. And my book is The Miracle Morning. It's by Hal Elrod. And this book has probably been one of the most profound books for me. Anyone that knows me in the last 2 months knows that I'm obsessed with it, because my daily routine is from that book. And basically I've always, like, I think we can all relate. You get on a kick with something, and you do it for a while. It reminds me of, in the beginning in January, in the beginning of the year, everyone goes to the gym and they get all excited. They're going to go, exercise and lose weight and be in shape and all this stuff. And then the end of January rolls around and there's nobody at the gym, or there's a lot less people. And then, progressively our resolutions are just gone. They're out the window. And so I think that, this is something that's been a part of my life. I've always struggled to create positive habits that I am consistent with over the years. And so this book has been really profound in helping me create those habits, those positive habits. And for a long time too, I've done, I'll do yoga, I'll do meditation, I'll read, I'll do journaling, but I don't do it consistently. And so when you don't do something consistently, I don't feel like you get the full benefit and the full effect from it. And of course, depending on our lives, depending on our jobs and our kids and, all these factors, it's going to look different for everyone. But I think just implementing these habits, whether it be some of them or, for a few minutes every day, can really have a positive impact on your life. And so in the Miracle Morning, they talk about how, so basically he encourages people to get up early at 5 a.m., which some people will do, which is earlier than they usually get up. And then to have a period of silence. He calls them the savers. So these are different tools that you can use. So silence, affirmations, meditation, exercise, reading, and journaling. These are the basic ones. And so my partner and I, since September 4th, we actually did a trip to the Yukon. So we drove up to the Yukon. We had this audiobook. We listened to it. It's less than 5 hours, which I love short books. You guys mentioned both of those were short books as well. I think everybody loves short books. But so we listened to it on the way up for about almost 5 hours. And then we were so inspired. We listened to it on the way down as well, so that after our 3-week trip, we could get home and we could start to implement those practices right away. And it's even just such an inspiring book to read and to listen to. And some audiobooks, I've told many people, some audiobooks I don't really like listening to. Either the speaker's voice bothers me, or it just doesn't, I need to read it hard copy. But this audiobook is so good. It's so well read, and it's so motivating and inspiring. So even if you just need some daily motivation, this is an amazing book to just listen to every so often. But I was just excited to start the practice. So we get up at 5. We've been doing this for about 2.5 months now. We have slept in a few days because sometimes your body just needs sleep, as I'm sure we all know. So if it really needs it, then you should definitely give it to your body. But wake up at 5, we do silence for a few minutes. Then we do a journal. So I do a gratitude journal. My partner does a dream journal. So he's recalling his dreams. Then we do reading, and we do affirmations. And affirmations are kind of like power statements, saying things that you want to achieve in your life. So I really like the one, I am destined for something great, and I have always known this. That is one of my favorite affirmations. There's so many. I have about 100, but I'm not going to list them all here, of course. But you can make up your own affirmations. You can Google affirmations, and then you can modify. I started with someone else's affirmations, and then I modified them over time. And now I think of new affirmations every single day that inspire me, and they empower you. And it's just a really good way to motivate yourself and get your energy level up and your excitement. And I really love starting the day with all of these practices, because by the time 6:15 rolls around, I feel like I've already achieved a lot, and that I've already conquered my day. I've already, done some exercise for 15-20 minutes to get the blood flowing. We have a cold shower usually, which really wakes me up and makes me feel alive. We have, done our journaling, we've done reading. And I also think that it's so important to read daily, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, whatever it is, because, over the course of the year, you're going to be able to read, a lot of books that hopefully will bring you a lot of knowledge and insight and better your life in some way. And I think I love this book too, because I love books that are actionable. So I love books that actually have things that you can, immediately implement in your life. There's so many books that are that I've read that are more obscure, and they don't give you these tangible, actionable steps that you can take right away to improve your life. But this book is like immediately something that you can do, whether you do it, full scale, or, for waking up 15 minutes early and doing these things in your life. Huge impact. And so I would encourage anyone that wants a morning routine or wants some inspiration or some motivation to try, something, read this book, try some of it out, see if it works for you. It also transfers into, I think, every other area of your life, whether, we all have our online businesses, because I'm more consistent with my business. I'm more dedicated. I get tasks done better, because again, we're in such a distracted world that it's so easy to not be focused. But when you create those habits, and I think it takes approximately 21 days to create a habit, that just, it ripples into every other area of your life. And I think it's only going to benefit us. right? So that's all I have to share. I didn't have any quotes from the book, which I wish I did, but you'll just have to go read the book.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. I don't think I will be able to action that too much. I do wake up every morning at 5, but it's not by choice.
But that is a start. And even if you were like, there's a gal in our business, she does affirmations at the dinner table with her son. And just think like how amazing, like maybe your children are younger, too young to understand that right now, but this is something that you could implement with them. And just imagine if you're like instilling gratitude in your children, like how amazing are they going to grow up to be, like, you know, these grateful people, grateful human beings. Like that is such an amazing practice, I think, to have with your family even. So there's a million ways you can do it. It doesn't have to be, you know, any order or anything.
It's awesome. Yeah, a lot of takeaways for sure. And I do like that it's audiobook too. You know, I actually have never done an audiobook, so it's on my to-do list. I've also been told the Grant Cardone one is read really well, the 10 times rule. I heard that's really incredible as an audiobook. So I've already got that on my list as well. So
yes. You got
anyway, we've more than doubled. We are just blowing out our time, but that's okay. If anyone's watched to the end, you guys are amazing. Thank you. But I think everyone would agree there's some great takeaways for this. It's a bit of a different topic, but it's a topic that can apply to anyone, not just people that are business owners, anyone that wants a different something in their lives. You can get from books. There's so many books out there. I know I intend to read more, and I have been saying this for a little while, but I'm actioning it now. So thank you. I'm going to leave it here. I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for tuning in on the replay or live, and we will talk to you guys all again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.